What is going on, my beautiful people? Episode 16. It's been a heck of a ride. Yes, it has. So, in this episode, we're going to clean up the bales. We're going to get the bales underway and off the field. And we are going to do... Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to adjust the mic. It seemed to be acting a little funky. Alright, so, like I was saying, we're going to get these bales off the field. There's, I believe, like 48 of them. Which was funny because I actually was doing a little off-camera work. And we didn't have heat in my house for like 5 days. So we had a lot of space heaters. And I actually got all these bales ready to go. I had cut the grass. And all those trees over there I had cut down and trimmed and ready to get loaded into a trailer, and I hadn't saved it, and we blew one of the breakers, which just so happened to be the room where my Xbox is and my laptop and everything I used to record, and I lost it all. I was so mad. I knew I should have saved too, knowing that it had happened, because it wasn't the first time it had happened. But, you know, it's the joys of it, right? Here, I'll get rid of that help menu, because I know some people like a clean screen, and I don't overly need it at this point. So, in the last episode, we placed the bunker silo. We placed this bad boy right here, and did a little like landscaping around it. But, recently, I believe it was late last week, they came out with a new mod. And that mod is a fermentation silo. I believe it's here in productions. Is it factories? Yes, right here. The fermenting silo. Now, I used it in a few other gameplays just to like test it out and see how it worked. And at first I was going to be like, oh, this is really cheaty. Because it does 120,000 liters per day. And I was like, but to be honest, I can fill this with 300,000 liters, and it basically only takes a day and a half. So, and I actually tested this out. It was actually just shy of 300,000. I think it was like 297 and change. So, realistically, you can actually use this bunker silo, or any bunker silo, and ferment more faster than the fermenting silo. But I am going to get rid of this. If anybody's watched my previous episodes, they know that for some reason, only on this no man's land, I don't know if it's my save file before they maybe updated it and fixed it, that I started this, and it's, I don't know, I really don't. But I have issues with bunker silos. I can't unwrap them once they're fully fermented. So I place this as a hope that maybe we would be able to fix it or it would work, but we haven't used it, and I don't think we're going to. We're just going to sell this. Now, I know we're going to take a loss. This is 11,000. We paid 22 and something for it, which is fine. I'm not... Oh, let's just double check something. Okay. I'm not concerned about the loss of money if it's going to save the headache in the long run, which I feel like this is going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to... There's a tree in my way, isn't there? Yeah, right there. Okay, we're going to place that there. Now we're just going to clean this up, and we're going to use the fermenting silo. It's really easy to use. When the time comes, I will give... I'm not going to say a tutorial, because I don't really do tutorials. But we will... I'll show you how to use it. It's really simple to use. Basically, all you do is you put in the grass in the grate, and then you go into your productions is where it'll be, and I'll show you that here in just a second. We can use a little. We can leave a little of the concrete around, or gravel, whatever gravel, whatever that is there. It's all right. I'm not worried about getting it all. Alright, good enough. It's in here. So yeah, all you do is you pour your grass in here, and then you can come over here, and this should take you right into your productions. And now you have grass, hay, or chaff. And all you have to do is when you put in, like say I put grass silage in, you come into your productions, and you would start it just like any other productions. So I would hit A for running. It's going to tell me in a moment that I don't, missing materials, or materials missing. And then all you have to do is come down, and you can store it, sell it, or distribute it. I usually just leave it on storing. And then there we go. That's it. That's all. And then this is where you fill up from this pipe. It's really easy to use, and it's a great mod. Like I said, I used it on Old Streams Farm, my personal playthrough, and I messed around with it a bit on Comston and my Elm Creek. So I highly suggest anybody who wants to use it. But I will stop chatting your ear off about that. This should have automatic drop on it. So, the goal for this episode really is just to get these bales off. I want to get this field fertilized, so it's back up at 100%. And we are going to potentially cut down those trees again. That is the goal of this. So I'll do a couple of these bales here, and we will just get them good to go, and then I will time lapse this. Sorry, I was just thinking. Yeah, so we're going to time lapse this. We are still in April. I'm thinking we might just skip through a day. I know it's still early. Well, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But we might just skip through this and see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully it brings something exciting. It is a beautiful day, though. It's a shame to waste it. And there is going to be another business, but to be honest, I didn't know what to put in. I feel like the oil mill would be beneficial, but there's so many, and I want things that are going to benefit us. So, alright, we will get this bale, and then this last bale, and then I will just time-lapse this bad boy to get all of these done and off the field. And then the next time we do this, now we did sell our loading wagon, or sorry, our forage wagon, or wait, what is it? Oh, wrong menu. Anything interesting? They still got that Massey Ferguson, and I'm tempted, but I want a tractor with more horsepower. Yeah, forage wagon. We did sell our forage wagon, because the earlier issues with the bunker silo. So, it just seems more logical, at the time to sell it for the money. And now I'm kind of regretting it now that we have that. So, maybe we'll just lease one. Wouldn't be the end of the world. But alright, I'm going to time-lapse this, and I will bring y'all back when this is done. I'll catch you in a bit. Alrighty, we are back. We've got all those bales done and wrapped, ready to come off the field. So we're going to get them all off the field now. And just hook up to the trailer here. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Alright, and it should already be... Maybe. Let's find out. Okay. Don't know why it's all the way... Oh, yeah, from when I last offloaded them. Okay. We got this. We can do it! My excitement for the day. Alright, so we'll pick up all these bales. We'll get them off the field and over where we put them. And then... we got... I had to double check the fields. Some of them do need fertilized. The one we're on is actually one of them. As well as a crop over there. So what I think I'm going to do is, just because I can't honestly remember if I fertilized them on this day or if it was before. So we are just going to skip the day, or skip the rest of the day. And then we will go into May. I had to think about it. I had to count the months in my head there. So we're going to get this offloaded. And then we'll pick up these ones. And then we will be on our way. So let's just get this in here. I find if I'm a little off to the side when I go to do this, it actually works a little better. So we're going to unload. Right about there. Now, whatever you do, don't reset your trailer next to the bales, because it'll just pick them up. Alright, so there we go. Those are good to go. They're all nice and neat. So we're going to come in here. Pick up these bad boys. Get them off the field as well. I love the auto load trailers. They save so much time. So much time. I still say, though, we need one for the greenhouses and productions. That would be ideal. It would make me so happy. Oh, I missed that bale. We'll just back up. And there we go. Yeah, because loading all like the lettuce and the tomatoes and all that, oh, it's a nightmare. Now, those should have left enough space. Oh no! Well, alright, that's not going to work then, so we'll just do this. Collision here. I just want to make sure that they're... yeah, they're going to... okay, right about there. Good to go. Alright, so let's just shut this reset and turn off the transporting. And we will drop this bad boy right here. Alright, we need to go get the fertilizer spreader. Is there... I feel like there's grass on that field. Did I cut it and just forget about it? Which is honestly something that I would do. Oh, I did. I very much did. Alright, well that's... okay. Oops. So I guess what we'll do is we'll get the windrower, and I will just have... I want this tractor. No, you know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm trying not to use the Massey Ferguson, just because it's got so much... just tab over to it. It's at 76 hours on the dot. I'm trying very hard not to use it, so I'm trying to use the Ozeki here and other tractors like my John Deere as much as I can, because I think what I'm going to do is, it's not in the rules or anything like that, but I think at 100 hours I'm going to retire the equipment. It's an idea. I'm not 100% on it. But 100 hours, realistically, really isn't that much. You know what I mean? But at the cost of having to repair and everything, it's starting to add up. Financially, it's getting pricey. So what I'm thinking about doing is just doing that. Does this cover 3 wide? I hope it does. It doesn't cover 3 wide. Oh, maybe it does. Okay, alright. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm thinking at 100 hours I'm going to retire equipment. Which kind of forces me to buy new equipment or maybe even potentially lease things that, you know, I haven't used. You know, like a Kloss. Really don't like Kloss tractors. To be honest, it's nothing performance-wise. It's just the color combination on them. I really think it's gross. I don't like it. But maybe it would require us to, you know, lease some more equipment. And I know the description in some of the videos, which has been posted recently. It took me a while to get it to where I wanted it to be. The leasing, I do believe, is, you know, I got to return at the end of every day. Maybe we can talk to the wonderful silent lady up there, and maybe we can lease something for a year at a discount, which would be very much ideal. I would love to potentially have that possibility. Maybe we can work out a contract or something. But it's all up in the air right now. But I feel like, you know, having some retired equipment around the farm kind of makes it actually a little more realistic, in my opinion. Alright, so, well, there's our fields coming in now. Ah, beautiful. Alright, so I know half of this field is technically fertilized. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get him doing that. I'm pretty sure half this field is fertilized. Oh, no. No, it's not. Alright, so he's doing the grass there. This grass needs fertilized, this needs fertilized, and I can't remember what we planted in here. What are we planting here? What is that? Sorghum? Yeah, sorghum. Yeah, sorghum, soybeans. This is corn. And then my 2 grass fields. And then I don't own this plot of land. That's your base field that starts. So, alright. So we'll get this fertilized. I think it's just going to be a short episode, guys. I think we're just going to get the other field fertilized. And then I think we're going to call it a day there. This field, I planted corn for the purpose of turning it into silage from the chaff. But I honestly don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do with it. I might just keep it as corn. I have no idea. No idea. Financially, I think it would be better to sell it as corn. But silage-wise, it's... I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But speaking of silage, what I'm going to do, just because I want to show you guys really quick, I'm going to come over here. I've got a bucket someplace. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, right there in the corner. Of course it's in the corner. No, I want that. Drop. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're going to grab this bucket. I know it's not the most ideal way to do this, nor am I going to do, you know, an abundance of it this way. Oh! Okay. Well, that's, don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. Interesting. You know, a little tractor chin-ups during the day. You gotta keep it in shape, right? I apologize. I did not expect that to happen. Alright, well. The joys of it. I'm just gonna go take like 2 bucketfuls while he's fertilizing that field. To be honest, he'll probably be done before I even get the 2 bucket loads into the trailer. And then I'm gonna dump it into the fermenting silo just so y'all can see how it works. Once again, it only does 120,000 liters per day. which really seems like a lot, but like I said, when you could put 300,000 liters in there and have it take a day and a half. So technically, in my opinion, this is actually slower to do it this way. But because we don't need to do bales, I'm not overly fussed about the fact that, you know, it might take longer. Oh, no, we can put a little more in there. There we go. And then I'll have him fix up the windrows on whatever he's doing. I know with the trees, I am going to get rid of them. They're not overly problematic, to be honest. I thought they were actually going to be worse, but they're not that bad. So, we'll just take this bad boy, dump it in here. So that should be 1,000 liters, or close to it. So we'll just get this semi-lined up. My driving is atrocious today, apparently. Here we go. Alright, so there's 1,000 liters. I missed a giant chunk of that. That's fine. We are going to have to lease a forage wagon, though, to get it. Ooh. Just take my trailer out. What? Oh, I thought it was him that said he was done. I was like, I know he's not done. Alright, so there's that. As I'm sitting here saying, you know, trying not to use the Massey Ferguson. We do need another tractor. To be honest, I'm thinking, what's in the shop today? That's an alright seeder. Oh, it's only 3 meters. What's our seeder now? Seeder. We have a seeder. Where'd it go? Where is it? I don't see it. Planter. Seeder. Oh, our seeder now is 4 meters, so yeah, it's not overly worth it. And the potato harvester would be nice, but we don't have any of the other equipment to do potatoes. I wouldn't mind doing potatoes, though, or sugar beets. You know, they're a lot of work, but the yield, your yield return is great with those, so. Alright, so that's done. So let's just, you know what, let's just hop out really quick. I want to keep him going. I want to keep him going and get him to do his thing. And at some point in time, there we go, he should still have tons of enough in there, or enough fertilizer in there to do what he's got to do. At some point in time, I do want to extend the farm and add more sheds. So I think this grass field will probably end up going eventually. I don't know if anytime soon, though. Just because when I made the farmyard, it works. It's a decent little farmyard. It's nothing fancy by any means. But we have all of our equipment in one shed. So playing musical equipment to try to get stuff in and out. And it's not really a pain or a hassle. It's just be more convenient to be able to just pull in and grab what you want and get out. So, oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta do a little landscaping over here to smooth that out, but that's okay. So yeah, all you do is you come in here, up to the grate, you get your dump trigger just like anything else, right? You come in here. Now you can do it through your menu, or you can do it through the actual menu right here. Either or is fine in your production menus. So you come in here, and it should register, yeah. So we have 1,993 liters. So for every 1,000 liters of grass, it turns into 1,000 liters of silage. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, basically. And if I'm not mistaken, they're all like that, yeah. So no matter what you put in there, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now the production cost per month is $2, and your cycle month is $120. It's not that bad, right? So then, as you can see, it's already starting to produce silage, and that's it. And then when the time comes, if I wanted to, say that 2,000 liters was done, right? We'll just back up to the other trigger point right here, and I can go in, I can take out the grass or the silage or the hay. Like, I can take out whatever I put in case I put too much in, but I could take it out if I wanted to. The only thing is, I don't think you can pour silage back in there. That's the one thing I don't think you can do. So, oh, that's pretty rough there too. Alright, we need to get that fixed. I'll get that fixed a little here, or I'll get that fixed here off camera. Alright, so park the trailer back. There we go. I want to park up the Massey Ferguson. This has been a great little tractor for us. Great tractor. Alright. He should be done? Oh no, he's got that little strip over there he's going to go do. Okay. So he's done-ish. No, he's not. He missed a whole section. Of course he did. I don't know why I'm fertilizing somebody else's grass over here. Come on, Farmer Rarri. Get your stuff together. Alright, so we'll do this strip, then we're going to go do that one little field, and I think that's where we're going to call it a day. I really like those greenhouses there, but it feels so bare when I look over there. There's just like nothing there. Maybe we'll put some trees or something around the backside there, and then just cut the field across. I don't know, but it looks so bare. It really does. Alright, so we'll mosey on over to the last field. So that field's fully fertilized. The soybean field, I believe, is fertilized. It's, about to drive through that field. Yeah, okay, so almost all the fields are fully fertilized. It's just this bad boy that needs to be fertilized here. Does that reach the end? That does not reach the end. I'm not going to kill my crop here, am I? No. Okay. Alright, we're good. There we go. Try that. Is that better? Yes. Alright. So. My brain's thinking. Oh, that reminds me. Yes, that's what I was going to do. We're going to come in here to check on the animals. Alright, so they still have tons of feed. Sheep are good for food. Producing a little bit of wool, not so much, but that's alright. And then the eggs. Let's just tab over to him. We'll bring him back. So we got the grass here. This grass, what I'll do is I'll just pick up off camera and I'll throw it into the fermenting silo. And then we'll be good to go. Surprisingly, this isn't that bad. I'll just clean up this a bit. That little strip right there I'm not overly concerned about. Make a couple extra passes isn't the end of my world, really. Alright, and I want this to turn. I don't care if I eat that other one up a bit. Oh no. Come on, you can do it. Get around the tree. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Alright. And just incorporate this one into that continuous line. That way it's all one. I really just wanted to drive this guy back because I wanted to make sure that my eggs weren't overstocked. And nah, we're good. Alright. So let's go put this bad boy back. Get him done and out the way. Yeah, I like where they are, but they're a little bare. I definitely think we need some trees around the back or something. Maybe a fence. Just something to break up that emptiness there. So we'll just leave this guy right here where he was. We are going to need fuel. Oh, man. Yes, we are. Alright, well. Maybe I'll talk to Ronnie and see if he can't get a pump. Maybe we'll get a fuel pump put up at the farm or a fuel tank. I really feel like he's not done. Yeah, he wasn't done. Yeah, maybe we can get Ronnie to install us a fuel tank up here, and then he can just come in, or whenever we need it, we'll just give him a call and order it in. I feel like that would be beneficial for us. Alright, and I'm just going to do a little pass here at the end. Oh, I forgot some of the sorghum from the last time. Alright, wow. I think that should be good. I'll double check the map once this is done, just to confirm. And yep, we are fully fertilized. All these blue areas are areas that I previously cut grass, like extra grass. That's why they're all there. So I really wish that wouldn't show up, Because it's not like I can fertilize it anyways. It's not technically part of our fields. But, yeah, you know, what can you do? So we'll turn all this back on just because might as well have it there. And it's going to tell me that rolling's needed on every field. I don't do the rolling. I don't overly care for the aspect. Yeah. I knew it too. Ah, boy. Alright, but I think that's where we're going to end it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I hope the rest of your day is joyous and you do something wonderful. I appreciate your time and thank you for watching. This has been Farmer Rarri. I'll catch you in the next one. Y'all take care.